We are at the Mod Club Theater. I'm Viktor from CFRE Radio, and I'm here with Half Alive. To my right, we have Josh, Brett, and Jay in that order. How's it going there, guys?
It's going great. Yeah. We out here.
So, I've been told before that you guys have been in Toronto. You guys want to tell me a little bit what that experience was like?
Sure. We were experiencing the storm of the century, it felt like to us. We were at the Drake Hotel in maybe January, February last year, and we had like half our performers, which is the Jaw Collective, coming in, flying in that day, which was just a wild thing. The first time they're ever performing to like a half-filled room because the entirety of the city is snowed out, and we're like so cold, walking down 2 flights of stairs to bring our gear there. It's in a basement. We're like...
It was a blizzard, too. Like, you can't see any of the city. People here were saying that it was the worst in, like, 2 years. Don't know the validity of that statement, but...
No place to park the bus that we were on.
We got a ticket.
It was a lot.
We had no green room, so we had to change in a staircase.
Yeah.
But for this show in particular, very difficult, very challenging, so we had costume changes mid-show.
Oh, mid-show?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're like, Jay's like, where's my pants?
Yeah.
Where's my great pants?
Yeah. Never found them
again.
You lost your pants.
I may have. Honestly, don't remember. I'm not wearing them anymore. That's all I can say.
Oh man, I'm sad. Oh, I don't know who. Maybe there was some sort of reason behind it, but I hope that you keep your pants for this particular show.
It was just funny because we had a successful first half of tour, like so many amazing shows, and Jaw Collective was waiting to fly in Drake's Hotel, and it's the first show, and they're like, what is this? Like, what's going on? So,
that sounds like it's just all over the place. From a storm to like costume changes in a hallway, no groom. Oh my goodness. I'm glad that you guys came to not to knock the Drake Hotel. By the way, disclaimer. Nothing to do with Drake.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We heard the hard way.
Yeah.
Oh, let me guess. You probably asked, and they were like, no.
We asked him to take it. Yeah. We thought Drake would come. He wasn't. It was weird.
We put him on the guest list.
Yeah.
Oh,
he didn't show up.
And so at first you thought maybe
the weather.
That could have been it.
Half the people that show up. Yeah.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
But that's not the case because tonight here at the Mod Club, you guys are sold out.
Yeah, we're sold out. Ooh. There's no storm. It's a nice day.
It's a beautiful day. It's got that breezy weather. You got the nice jacket. You guys are loaded up and ready to go.
That's right.
So what's the difference between the two shows that we have 2 years ago, was it, and now? Like
it was actually this year.
This year?
It was eight months ago.
Not even that long ago.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No,
I'm glad you guys came back
that way.
Yeah.
It feels like
it feels like such a long time ago. No, the shows are quite different. Same like intentionality, same like the last show we had we had a giant sheet held up by 2 wooden poles that we would like project stuff on and have the dancers sort of like silhouetted or dance in front of, and had different elements and had costume changes mid-show. So we have a lot of like the same sort of production value. We still have like changes during the show and all of that. Don't want to give away too much, but
it's for those
we have a full record now. We did not have
that's
the
very
record
true.
Then, so we have
we have a full show
It's
with
nice
the
to have a
songs.
full show,
You got a full set ready, everything to go.
And
is
people
it just
know
you
the
guys?
songs
instead
of only knowing
We were playing
4
songs people didn't know.
Yeah.
No need for the cover.
Yeah.
Right.
Because you guys are, I wouldn't say new because you guys came from other bands and other experiences, but 2016 when we say it's official went down as far as Half Alive.
Yeah, I could say that.
And so as far as when things went down, I have to ask because the nerd in me has to ask, does it have anything to do with the name, with Half-Life, the game?
Whoa.
It does not.
Okay, cool. Just had to get that out
I've
there.
gotten that question before.
Really?
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
No, it has nothing.
Because you guys actually released stuff as opposed to the fact that that game was never coming out, Half-Life 2. Yeah, it is. No, and on top of releasing stuff, you guys have been exponential in terms of how you've been setting it up with your Instagram to your YouTube, because the views, the interactions, it's becoming bigger. And so, like, going from like hundreds of thousands of views to literally millions of views, it's kind of it's a quick pace.
Yeah.
Is there anything that's kind of like taking you aback as far as like the exponential like attention you've been getting on top of it?
I think just figuring out how to find balance within it all, where we're not feeling like we have to do things because people are expecting anything from us, or this was really successful, so now we have to do only that, which I think a lot of the music industry likes to piggyback off good ideas and keep doing the same thing. So we want to just be able to leave creative freedom to explore other things. So that's something that we really are working and exploring, what feels real to us still and what feels creatively inspiring. So
have things kind of take their own life, as in, you know, each music video we've done something so uniquely different from the other ones. And so like doing something that's, you know, very few shots, all dance focused, then going into something very aesthetically driven like Wes Anderson, and then like going like very story driven with, so it was like Still Feel to Arrow to Runaway, and then like going outside and shooting like a whole you know, forest sort of sequence in the OK music video. So we're doing something that we've never done on each thing, and so having each of them be their own, have their own existence without like relating to the other or like in comparison to the other. And just like these exist in their own worlds, and they're all important no matter like if one gets less views than the other. They're all like a part of this grand story of the art.
Yeah, I can see that. But as far as the creative process of this actually leads into my next question. I was going to ask, when it comes to deciphering how you're going to visually represent these respective songs, is it decided with each and every song, or is it something that's already predetermined as you like listen to the whole thing?
So far, it's been song by song. I think in a large part
Case by
because
case,
we didn't have like a full record when we decided to make music videos. We only had certain songs available to us. We're like, okay, we have this song available. Like, what sparks the imagination for that song, and create the video from there.
We have some story arcs that we're trying to figure out how to keep connected, but that's more of the story, and then we'll figure out what song makes more sense for the video aspect. So now that we have an album, we're able to think a little bit differently. So that'll be fun when we figure out what that is exactly.
And I'm glad that you guys stay dedicated to the OG means of coming out with an album. You got that 7-incher out, and that's a beauty. Giving love to the vinyl days. And
totally.
Much love on that regard, because I'm an audiophile myself. Man, I'm always in my studio just bumping and trying. I think do you guys have it available now here at the show?
Yeah, we have the full length vinyl. Yeah.
Woo. So that leads into actually the next thing I wanted to ask is, seeing as you guys started with singles and then went on to the bigger albums, is the era of the album dead? Is it gonna be just singles, or are we gonna continue to expect kind of album level movements from this band?
I don't think the era of the album is dead.
Nice. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I think it will definitely. I think in every spectrum it'll always live on, because certain fans will always love that, and even like vinyl's having such a resurgence helps with like sitting down and listening like song by song through the record, and not like playlists. The songs are all by different artists, and so I think within Half Alive we will definitely continue in some sort of structure, but it could be something different as well. It could be like not singles or albums.
So moving on to more of like what it's like to see you guys personally versus listening to you guys on an album. Anybody that thinks they're gonna see listen to exactly what they're gonna hear on the album are probably gonna be sorely mistaken. How do you guys like to introduce it different? Without giving too much away, I understand you guys got yourself a planned show, but how do you try to step it up with the performance versus the at-home listening experience?
I think we just try to keep the same process of being as intentional as we were with the album, and the listening experience, we try to bring that same focus and energy and dedication to the live show. It's a different playing field, so we have different elements to work with and different strategies, and I think as long as the intention and energy is consistent, I think it's like you can always expect to probably be pleasantly surprised with Half-Life experiences.
Sweet.
I think I think to that point, it's like putting all of our attention, all of our time and focus and energy into the record, and then once that's completed, moving on into the live show. And there is some crossover to be like, okay, how will this translate? But I think like even practically like extending certain sections and like having interludes or parts where like that doesn't happen on the record, but something can happen in the live show because people are there and they don't have quite as short of attention spans.
True.
And so you can extend certain things and like carry people's attention all over the stage and still have it be very interactive and still keep people captivated the whole time.
That's key, keeping them engaged. I like that. And I like how you described, both of you guys described how like it goes in different phases. You know, you got album phase, but you got live performance phase, but they still feed into each other within regard.
Totally.
Nice.
There's different investment too in both. So if someone, like for each listener, like if someone decides to like stream a single, one of our singles on Spotify, there's a different amount of investment than if they pay, $25 to come to the show or whatever.
Big difference.
And there's something in between of like if they buy a t-shirt or vinyl, there's a different level of like care and attention that they will give, and so then they will receive back. And so it feels like an exchange in a way of like the more that you sow into this band in particular, the more that you will receive from it, because there's so much detail that there's something to like keep getting to, and if you dig farther, you can keep getting more.
It's no wonder you guys are selling out shows in that case, because it's coming with that level of care and attention. It's very clear that the fans already know this and are looking forward to seeing this and singing along. I'm looking forward to seeing what goes down with that. And you know what? It's not. You guys are about halfway done. You guys got a whole bunch left in store with you. Europe, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
So when it comes to performing North America's versus Europe, what do you have to keep in mind that's a little different versus the two experiences?
I think the sizes of the shows are different currently, so that the size of the stage, we have to restructure certain things because of the dance element. We don't want, like, Jordan and Aiden are so close to some bands literally kicking people because of their movement, and the fans are so close and the stages are smaller.
Wow.
So we have to restructure certain things based off the size of the stage. So Europe is smaller than North America for us right now. So the shows
certain shows are bigger.
And certain shows, yeah.
Wow.
So we have to have like the scalability.
Yeah, so that's
for each
interesting.
show.
We haven't actually really figured it out.
Like our London show will be our biggest show ever.
Yeah.
But then the other UK dates will be the smallest ones on the
Yeah.
tour. So it's like we really have to be versatile in the shows.
Oh, true. Oh, so you got to work with your space. You got to work with
Yeah,
it.
we really do.
So you mentioned one in London show. Do you guys have any like big shows coming up still that you're looking forward to?
Big shows would probably be London
LA
and
show.
second LA. We're playing the Fonda again at the end, October 21st. So we started the tour and ending this side of the tour with that venue, which is really cool, hometown show for us.
We usually make LA, New York, and London more special than the rest. Just like adding more elements to each of those.
Yeah, I mean it's a little something different.
Investing in those cities, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful. So you guys come from Long Beach, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful. I can't say I've ever touched the West Coast even. I'm East Coast strictly, and that's not
Really?
by choice.
Okay.
More financial boundaries.
For sure.
And that's something that like is most college students, they kind of have to suffer through, is the fact that they're like kind of location locked. And
Yeah.
so in these amazing opportunities that you guys have had to interact with college radio stations like ourselves and other type of just local type of media companies and student experiences, when it comes to appealing to students and those that are like, they're very limited in their means and their capabilities to reach out to you, but they're very dedicated nonetheless. Do you guys have any kind of love still for the college radio scene and those that like, those broke but still dedicated students?
I think we try to make everything financially reasonable for being aware of people and their financial, like, I know some bands do meet and greets where you have to pay for it. We don't do that. We try to keep things affordable. So within just the financial things, we do try to be as like, we're not trying to take money from people. We're just like, we want you to put money down so like people experience something differently if it's free versus if they have to pay some money for it. So I think there is a value within that, but yeah, definitely care about. So many of our fans right now are younger, so we really do care for them in a very unique way.
Yeah, it's incredible that you guys keep them in mind, because I was going to say a huge appeal of yours is the college radio scene, and you guys did I believe, was it something, I don't know if it was a challenge directly related to college radio, but it was like some sort of 70 song kind of challenge that you guys came out with. Is that something that's fed into this album's creation, by the way?
Like the 50 song challenge.
50 song, my mistake, yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
no worries. The process was really with Josh and Brett, but just spending that much time working on songs makes you a better songwriter. So.
2 of the songs from that project were on the album.
See, that's what I was curious about. Yeah.
Cool.
Still Feel and Arrow.
Still Feel. Okay, that was the one that really touched me, man. I was still feeling that one. Yeah. Oh, I bet like you guys have had to do all sorts of like setups both for the music video and for the live show as far as choreography. Is this something that will be continuing to expect a more dance kind of element introduced with your music?
Absolutely. I think there will always be a visual narrative part to the show.
Awesome. Well, that's pretty much all I wanted to know about you guys.
Cool.
Is there anything you guys are curious about Toronto in terms of Canada, in terms of the college radio scene for me?
So can you tell me a little bit more about it was the White Night?
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit more about that.
So today is the 5th of October. That is Nuit Blanche. That's going down in Toronto. Happens once a year. It's called White Night. It's adapted from a festival that used to happen in Montreal, hence the French.
Okay.
Right? So we don't really speak too much French here, despite a lot of people think that Canadians are all in igloos and talking French. But besides the stereotypes, we do try to stick to some of the traditions we pick up from Montreal, and that is an all-night festival that's going to be going down throughout the city of Toronto. So if you guys just can't sleep or just bored on the tour bus after this amazing show that you have ready for this crowd, I recommend taking a walk around. Some key spots are the Art Gallery of Ontario. That's just honestly just 20 minutes down the road from here.
Okay.
And OCAD, that's the Ontario College of Art and Design. They always, you might want to go a little early, considering the fact that I think they close later into the night, despite the street festival and everything like that is all night long. Some of the enclosed locations, they have some closing times later on. Okay. So yeah, check it out. Local artists, they give their appeal. You might find something you might, see that you never heard of, or you might learn something too, because that's what art is. It's supposed to provoke thought, right?
Cool.
Yeah. And I'm glad that you guys definitely have introduced some new thoughts here with your type of art too.
Amazing.
Thank you.
It's been dope, guys.
Yeah. Thanks so much.
Really appreciate it. Take care.
Yeah.
I hope you guys have a great show.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Wrapped up.
When I'm furthest from myself, feeling close to the stars.